The next lesson is political parties. So here you have why do we need political parties, what is the importance of political parties, what are the different types of party system we have. So all these topics will be dealt in this lesson. Now the first one is what is political party. The definition of political party: group of people coming together to contest election and winning the election and holding power in the government, form the government. This is the definition of political party. Then what are the components of political party? Leader, active members, followers. These are all repeated questions. Define the political party. What are the components of party under 1 mark question. Next, functions of party. So functions of party, it can be, if it is asked under 5 marks, you can write any 5 points. So contesting election. The next one, put forward policies and programs, making laws, form and run government, doing the role of opposition. If you get the second majority, you will become an opposite party. Then shaping the public opinion. The last one, provide access to government and discuss welfare schemes with the people. So these are all functions of the political parties. Each one you have to explain at least 1 or 2 lines. So any 5 will be asked in the paper. Then why do we need political party? What is the importance of political party? Independent candidates, even if they contest election and even if they win the election, they cannot form government, they cannot make law, they cannot implement law because they need the approval of majority. The next one, society is becoming complex, so we need some agency to represent government. The next point, a mechanism is needed to restrain or support the government, make policies, justify or oppose them. So all these functions have to be carried on. So we need a political party. Then it is a representative government. So it fulfills the needs of the people. So these are all the points for why do we need a political party, or what is the importance of political party. What are the different party systems we find in the world? So the first one is one party system. What is one party system? Only one party, political party is allowed to run the government. For example, China Communist Party. The second one, two party system. There may be some parties, but only 2 parties keep getting the chance to hold the power. They form the government. So alternatively, they only get the power. So example, USA, UK. The next, multi-party system. You have got number of political parties existing and more than 2 parties getting the power, getting a chance to win the election and form government on their own strength, or they can form, the parties can have an alliance and they can form a combined government. So that is the alliance. So India, best example is India. So here the points are jotted down like this. First one, you can see what is political party. The next one, who are the components of political party. The next, functions of political party. Then why do we need political party? So if you remember these points, you can build up, you can expand the points in the examination. The next one, what is one party system, single party, 2 party system and multiple party system. Okay. Now the next one, why is multi-party system is suitable to Indian condition? Because that is again, that is a regular question, repeated question asked in the paper. The multi-party system depends on the nature of society. Then how long it is. It evolves over a long time. That is the period of the political party. Its social and regional divisions. Then history of politics and system of elections in that country. So these are the factors on which the multiple party system depends. So in India you find many social and geographical divisions. So the multi-party system allows a variety of interests and opinions to enjoy political representation. More people from all diversities are taking part in the parliament or in the assembly and represent the people's views. So multi-party system is most suitable in India. Then the election commission recognizes the political parties. Election commission only allots symbols to the party. So election commission decides which is the national party and which is the state party or regional party. Here, what are the differences between national parties and regional parties? So national parties, it should secure at least 6% of total votes in Lok Sabha election or assembly election in 4 states and wins at least 4 seats in Lok Sabha. Example BJP. So the number is very, very important here. If you go wrong, you will lose mark. Then what are regional parties? Secures at least 6% of total votes in an election to the legislative assembly. Example, we can write DMK. So these are the political part. Then you have in pages 80 and 81 you have the names of the regional national parties. For example, Indian National Congress, Bharatiya Janata Party, Bahujan Samaj Party, Communist Party of India, Communist Party of India, CPI, the Nationalist Congress Party. You will be tested in this. You have to learn by heart when these parties were formed and the important leaders, ideology of each party will be tested. So this you have to learn from pages 80 and 81. Then next, what are the challenges to political party? What are challenges faced by political parties today? It can be asked under 5 marks, or one challenge alone can be tested under 3 marks. So lack of internal democracy, first one. That means within the party, they have to conduct elections regularly. They have to maintain the membership register regularly, and organizational meetings to be held regularly. Then the problem here is why we have this internal democracy problem. The leader assumes great power and influences the decision of the party. So here, who is more loyal to the leader is more influential. So that is a lack of that means what? Within the party, the democracy is not exercised by all the members. The next challenge is dynastic succession. No transparency in their functioning. Ordinary workers do not come to the top position. The top position is enjoyed only by the members of one family. This is the dynastic succession. That is the people who are in the upper layer only. They upper layer in the party only take up the position, top positions. That is the meaning. The next one, role of money and muscle power. The rich people have more chance of contesting election because they support the parties. Then sometimes the parties support criminals also to win the elections. The fourth challenge is Parties do not offer meaningful choice. That is, there are not much ideological differences among the parties. So it is very difficult for us to choose who is better, which party is better. So that is meant by do not offer meaningful choice. So here, if you jot down points, instead of going through book just before the examination, if you go through these points, definitely it will help you to recall. And in the examination, you have to expand the points. Then next subheading we have is, how can the political parties have a lot of challenges, so they have to rectify them. So to reform these political parties, what can be done? There are 3 legal steps already taken to reform the political parties. Number 1, defection. So if the question is what are the legal steps taken to reform the political parties, you have to write only these points. If suggestions, these points should not be written, you will lose mark. So legally what steps have been taken to reform the political parties? The first one, defection. Defection, a candidate who has won the election cannot change the party after the declaration of result. Is not legally permitted to do that. So that is one. So that the changing parties very often is not allowed. The next one is, Supreme Court gave the order to file affidavit. So what is affidavit? If you remember the word affidavit, you can write. What is affidavit? The candidate has to give the details of his property and criminal cases, if anything pending against him in the court. So the information is made public. So people will know about the candidates through the media. So that is the purpose of this. So number 1, affidavit. The previous one is defection, not allowing the candidate to change the party after winning the election. Number 2 is affidavit. Number 3 is the parties have to conduct their meetings internal meetings regularly and file income tax returns. So these are the 3 steps legally taken, already existing now. Then what are the suggestions? Because question, you have to read the question properly and write. The next one is, what are the suggestions to reform the political parties? So the suggestion is, it should be made compulsory to maintain the register of the members. Each party to have its own constitution. They have to settle their disputes within themselves, and elections to be conducted for the higher post. The second suggestion is, 1/3 of the tickets to be given to the women candidates. The third one is, government should fund the election, so that no party will be spending too much and get the attention of the voters. So the government, if government funds the election, it will be uniform for all the parties. So these are the suggestions. Then people should come forward more in number and participate. Only then they can, we will have a good quality of democracy. People can put pressure on political parties through agitations, petitions. So these are the suggestions for reforming political parties. So what is the role of people is also given here. So with that, this lesson is over.